All right, before I do anything, I like to walk around the property with the customer and have them show me what they have in mind, as well as pointing out any plants they want to have removed, or just letting us know what plants they want our team to be extra careful when we're working around. This is a great time to discuss reshaping beds, the services you'll provide, as well as talk about permanent edging options, gutter drainage, and any other general landscaping projects that could be done at a later date. Okay, so we've talked to the customer. They've given us an idea of what landscape beds they want redefined, what plants they want removed, a couple things to transplant. So first tool we're going to turn to for all these tasks is a spade. Before we even start unloading mulch here and hauling it across the property, we want to make sure, go ahead and prep all the beds. So our spades are going to cover all the chopping, ripping out plants, edging. It's going to cover all those tasks. We have a variety of different spades to choose from here at A.M. Leonard. We have all steel spades, our tried and true strap spades, long handle options, D-grip, diamond point, or just industry standard straight edge. So a lot of options to choose from. We'll break them down so you know what features you want to turn to in the field. Let's start with our all steel line of spades. This is our best selling line of spades. They're at a great price point. They're dependable, made of heavy 12 gauge all steel welded construction. It's a heat treated steel that offers excellent blade edge retention as well. So they're designed to last a lifetime of landscaping. They come with an industry standard 13-inch or 15-inch blade. It's a tapered blade with a machined edge, also available in diamond point options as well. While our all steel spades are great for outfitting your whole crew, they're dependable, great price point. I'm really excited to talk to you about our strap spades and just take a moment to appreciate this piece of American-made history. You can spot our strap spades in A.M. Leonard catalogs as far back as the 1920s. With well over 100 years of success in the green industry, this staple is exclusively available through A.M. Leonard. These spades are at a bit of a higher price point compared to our all steel line. Our strap spades are manufactured right here in Ohio. This is excellent quality and peace of mind for anyone in the market for a spade. Right away, you'll notice the steel and wood lamination. This one-of-a-kind steam bit wood handle is at the core of our strap spades. Wood handle tools just have a certain feel. They're light, weight, they're comfortable. And in this case, our strap spades offer a bit of vibration dampening. We've all hit a rock in the ground or a root when digging with the all steel spades. Very unpleasant. The wood core of our strap spade greatly reduces impact and can even, prevent injuries. So here you have best-in-class comfort with the strength of an all-steel tool. The reinforcing straps welded at the blade. These are built with an industry-standard 13-inch tapered blade available in diamond point and standard straight edge. The steel sections are made out of 12-gauge high-carbon steel that offers excellent blade retention and strength. All of this is stamped and riveted around a wood handle. So this customer had a bed, they wanted some permanent edging installed around. I like to go ahead and install it before mulching. That way we get a nice clean finish to everything once we start putting mulch down. For this edging, I turned a bender board, which you'll see here is very quick and easy to install. So we're installing some bender board landscape edging. A.M. Leonard offers 50-foot kits. The bender board by Epic Plastics is a great landscape edging option. I like that it's recycled. It's eco-friendly and really sustainable process that they have for using post-consumer recycled plastic material to make a really high-quality landscape edging. So that's just cool in itself. And another reason to use it is that it's really safe for pets, and if you have kids that are running around barefoot in your yard and stuff like that, it really gives you some peace of mind that there's not a jagged, piece of metal edging sticking up. So it's really flexible, creates some really cool curves, has slip joints in it, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. It can be cut and assembled with just common woodworking tools. I have an impact drill and a circular saw that I use to trim this edge off. We're gonna set the first couple stakes here and take off with the rest of it. So I really like how this installs. Got my AM Leonard dead blow hammer here, and just gonna drive this first stake in. What we want, the look we want to have is kind of matching up even with this wall, and we'll drive the stake down a little bit more. I like to get the stake a little bit installed and drill things in and then hammer the whole piece in. Each kit, 50-foot kit, comes with 5 10-foot pieces of edging per bundle and 20 stakes, so about 4 pieces, 4 stakes per piece of edging. Here you see the slip joint, which is a pretty handy feature that Epic designed their edging with. We're gonna put 2 stakes in right here. We're not gonna drill the slip joint together. We wanna leave about a 1/4 to 1/2 inch gap there to allow the edging to shift and not spike up out of the ground. So this is an awesome feature about this edging, because if you do get some starting to lift out of the ground with like a harsh freeze thaw like we have here in Ohio, you can always just come back with your mallet and tap them back into the ground and tap this even again. So really handy way they design their edging here. Forgot to mention the screws. We send a box, 1 pound box of decking screws to come with each kit, and that's what you use to fasten the stakes on. So just gonna hammer it down so it's a little bit below grade. Take our fasteners. We know the mulch is gonna come up over the top of this stake, so don't waste any time installing the stakes. We're gonna end the curve into the house here. We want to give it a nice curve. We're gonna angle it so it's easy to mow around. So I'm just gonna set it up here. We want to use this end at the slip joint, obviously, but we're gonna mark how much we need. Then we'll flip it over to install it. So we're just gonna kind of set it in here like how we want it, so we know how much we need, and Nate's gonna score it with his knife. Then we'll just trim that off. All right, before we start throwing mulch down, we just go and clean up the beds, get any existing weeds sticking up. A great tool to do that really quickly is our stirrup hoe. The 7-inch version is going to be most popular for landscaping tasks like weeding and clearing out beds. Some features about our stirrup hoe. You know, a lot of people, sometimes they wonder about it wobbling. It does wobble. It's a 2-piece design that's bolted together, and it just hangs loose, and that allows the blade to stay at the proper cutting angle when you're pushing or pulling through the soil. And it also helps for different height users. 100% made in the USA. You know, we have a machine sharpened blade here that is replaceable. It's bolted on. We use a post binding bolt for the handle connection. Ash handle, a 60-inch ash handle. This tool is extremely lightweight, and it's just effortless to use. Another tool I've found to be really versatile is our new 3-in-1 hauler. This sled is super tough, but more importantly, it's incredibly useful for a lot of different jobs. When we're out here mulching, before we get the wheelbarrows out and everything, I really like to tug this around with my weeding tools, and it's really easy to flip trash and weeds into this instead of working up into a wheelbarrow. So it's great for when you're edging and prepping the mulch beds. Also, as a hardscaper, it's excellent for mixing concrete, mixing mortar. It's a great mortar tray. And it's just nice to have something like this to haul some more cumbersome tools around the job site. Our 3-in-1 hauler features 5.5 cubic foot capacity, which moves plenty of material. It's got a tough, flexible polyethylene braided rope that won't rot. It's not gonna let you down. The tray itself is made of a high molecular weight polyethylene, which is extremely durable, great UV resistant properties, and it's built to withstand all kinds of weather conditions. The 3-in-1 hauler, it's made locally right here in Ohio. It's designed to fit perfectly into our GW45 series utility wagons for even more versatility. Growers, landscapers alike, they need to haul a wide variety of materials: sand, dirt, gravel, mulch, concrete, you name it. This hauler can do it all. So to tell you a little bit more about our rake, we have these wire tine forestry rakes, and we just came out with a 10 tine version that is really popular for spreading mulch as well as scooping and raking, and this is really perfect for a bed like this when you're working in between plants. So we got 11 gauge tines on both our 22 tine and our 10 tine rake. We use the same heavy gauge bracket here and the same heavy duty gauge tine, so these can do a lot of bending before they're gonna permanently like stick out. And if you do ever snag one, it's really easy to just kind of pull it back in place. But yeah, I love it. It's great for scooping and spreading, raking, all that good stuff. So try to do as much with as little as possible. It's another lightweight tool that can stay standing, and yeah, just work with minimal tools on hand. Beds are prepped, we're ready to mulch. We're gonna turn to some forks here to help us do that. You have two different types of forks here. You have your mulch mover and your mulch spreader. So generally speaking, mulching is a revolving two-step process from truck to wheelbarrow, wheelbarrow to bed. So usually on a normal sized property like this, you like to see 2 or 3 of our 8 cubic foot wheelbarrows and a combination of these forks here to help you quickly and easily get some mulch down. So let's talk about our mulch mover first. This is our AMF10. Landscapers mulching up to 100, maybe even more properties in a year. They need a dependable mulch mover. That's a must. Our AMF10 has some top of the line components, and it's assembled right here in Pickle, Ohio. The AMF10 is going to be ideal for efficiently transferring mulch from your truck to wheelbarrow. The one-piece forged steel head is extremely interesting and important piece of this tool. Each 15.5 inch long diamond-shaped tine is hand-drawn to forge this unique fork out of one piece of steel. Only one place in the world that makes this type of fork. It's out of Austria. This 10-tine fork head is dished. This allows the AMF10 to scoop and hold mounds of mulch. Each tine is beveled, and it's really easy to pierce compact piles of mulch. It's got best-in-class scoop capacity and piercing. This one-of-a-kind fork head can only be found on Leonard and Razorback forks. We assemble this fork head onto an American ash handle. It's precisely press fitted together, adhesive, and we put a rivet in the handle to make sure that stays intact. This is a low repetition, high volume tool, so weight is hardly a concern, especially when you need a productive mulch mover that you can depend on year after year. Okay, so let's talk about the other end of the process. Once you have the mulch out of the truck into the wheelbarrow, you're going to run and dump most of your mulch around the property and just leave some big piles spaced out evenly to get you your coverage that you want. So that's where the AMS 6 comes in. This is ideal for spreading, knocking down those mulch piles and spreading. And usually what we'll do towards the end is head back out with a wheelbarrow full in case we need any extra, and we're going to take our AMS 6 around with us to start knocking down our mulch piles. Just like our AMF 10, our AMF 6 is made with top quality components, and it's all assembled right here in Ohio. It's also got a one-piece forged steel fork head that's going to last year after year, no welds to break. It's 6 tines, measures 10 inches wide. Each 12.5-inch long tine has a pointed end, and it's rounded so it's going to pierce and spread the mulch easily. Okay, so we talked a lot about our forks, and we get that there's a lot of preference when it comes to mulching and a lot of landscape tasks. So some guys prefer to use a scoop when they're mulching, and it's definitely great to have at the end of unloading the mulch, because when you don't have a big enough pile to pierce a fork into. So scoops are great to have on hand. We have our aluminum scoop. This is really lightweight, assembled right here in Ohio. And you can't go wrong with this. It's going to last you all day, every day. And then we have our poly scoops. We have a variety of poly scoops. What's great about the poly tools is just how lightweight they are and how resilient they are. We're about to move some mulch, so let's talk about our wheelbarrows. Leonard offers a full line of wheelbarrows from 6 cubic foot poly or steel tray all the way up to our monster 10 cubic foot poly tray wheelbarrow. Poly trays are great for their durability, for being lightweight. Our trays feature thick poly construction that can really take a beating. We've actually dialed this in to have a perfect strength to weight ratio. Within that, we offer a wide range of options from flat free wheels, pneumatic wheels, to wood handles, steel handles, even a black tray option for our popular 6 cubic foot tray wheelbarrow. For this job, we're going to be using our 8 cubic foot wheelbarrows. I like the 8 because it's good balance between moving plenty of material and the maneuverability. Over the years, we've continued to improve our wheelbarrows. One of the latest improvements is the addition of a fully welded frame that fits under the tray of the wheelbarrow. This comes standard on all of our wheelbarrows. This angle iron frame ties the handles together, and this prevents any torque or twisting that's common on poly tray wheelbarrows when you have a heavy load in it. You'll notice a lot of other brands, if you have a lot of material in them and you're in an uneven area, you'll feel it shift, and it can almost sometimes lead to tipping the wheelbarrow. So this really improves the handling. Our wheelbarrows also have tubular steel tray supports in the front. These are more rigid and durable than the flat supports that are more susceptible to bending. From there, you can choose from steel handles, traditional wood handles. Your next options to choose from are flat-free options for the tires or the classic pneumatic wheels. Both are professional grade with smooth riding bearings. We offer both wide and narrow tire options. It really comes down to preference. The wide tires, they do spread the weight more evenly, and they're great in soft areas, soft turf, so you're not going to rut up anyone's yard, while the narrow wheels are lighter and a lot more maneuverable. Our latest addition to the line is the optional nose guard, which gives you real peace of mind knowing that you or your crew aren't going to scratch up anyone's concrete or pavers while tipping the wheelbarrow. The last thing you want to deal with is damaging someone's hardscaping. Also, this durable poly material adds grip to the nose and offers a smooth rolling action while pouring heavy loads. It installs easily and lasts for years and years. Now, there's a lot of features that we didn't get to talk about on our wheelbarrows, but I will say that they do add up to the best wheelbarrow on the market.
No problem. Here.
Most mulches out there will have some weed seeds in it. It's pretty much unavoidable. Most bulk mulch distributors store their mulch outside, and seeds just blow in the wind, find their way into the mulch, and so on. Customers don't really care how the weeds get in the mulch. They just don't like them. And if you're the landscaper serving this account, neither do you. So I like to use a pre-emergent called Snapshot, and there's also a pre-emergent called Propendi that does the same thing. Snapshot protects against over 100 different types of broadleaf weeds, annual grasses, and so on, killing them while they germinate, which prevents them from growing in your customers' freshly mulched beds. This is an easy add-on service. One 50-pound bag will cover an average of 15,000 square feet, so you're going to get a lot of bang for your buck and be able to treat a lot of properties. You just need to be weather aware before applying this. You actually are looking for it to rain after you put this down. We're expecting some rain right now. We're going to go ahead and throw it down. What the rain does is help activate the pre-emergent, and it's designed to work through a bedding layer of really any kind and get down to the soil and stop the weeds from growing. Once we have all the mulch in place, we'd like to keep it there and keep it looking fresh for as long as possible. For that, I like to use mulch stabilizer from SRW. Mulch stabilizer contains a liquid bonding agent that locks mulch in place, yet it allows it to remain flexible and water permeable. This is a nice tip for landscapers out there. It's not really a service that a lot of landscapers have started providing yet. This is perfect for areas that might be prone to wash out after heavy rains or high winds. This is also ideal for beds that catch a lot of grass clippings, because you can actually come back with a blower and use that to blow the grass clippings out of the mulch bed without having to worry about blowing the mulch into the yard. So mulch stabilizer is great for pine straw, mulch. You can also use it on sand, dirt, and gravel drive areas to keep dust down. Mulch stabilizer is another product where you need to be weather aware when you apply it. Ideally, you want to have at least 24 hours without rain in the forecast so that the stabilizer can cure. And it needs to be applied when temps are above 50 for over 48 hours. Mulch stabilizer can be applied with any sprayer. It's safe for pets, it's safe for plants. You just want to avoid spraying the plants directly. And be sure to clean out your sprayer really well afterwards. To put down our mulch stabilizer, you can use just about any pump sprayer, but we're going to turn to our new Pro 400 sprayer for this job. The Pro 400 is an 18-volt sprayer, so no pumping needed, and it will deliver all the pressure and range we could need for any job. Both our 1-gallon Pro 100 and our 4-gallon Pro 400 have 2-speed options to choose from. We may not get to all the features here, but these sprayers are truly designed for professionals. They feature metal fittings on all wand, hose, and tip connections. The sprayers come with multiple high and low flow tips. This 4-gallon sprayer comes with a telescoping wand that extends from 20 inches to 39 inches. They feature Viton seals that are chemical resistant, and a screen check valve, large filler port with a screen, and padded straps, really comfortable to wear. The things you want to look for in a high quality sprayer. So as you can see, everything turned out great. Nothing like some nice edging and some fresh mulch to really set off a landscape. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We were really excited to be able to share some information about our tools and some tips. Really hope you found some useful information out of this that you can start applying in the field. We know that this is a lot of preference. There's a lot of different ways to do mulch property. So if you want to share any of your methods with us, we always like to hear from a pro. If you have any questions that relate to our video, we'd love to hear from you. Be sure to send those in now, and we'll be back in the studio to answer.